All right. Welcome to another edition of They Call Us Villains. I'm the commission. I'm joined by DG. DG, they did it.
Yes,
They did it.
sir.
They did it.
Man, couldn't be happier. And
That's
and and I'll
crazy.
and I'll speak for the big boss mailman who's not here with us this evening, but I was happy. I'm still happy. I like we got the one a couple years back, but it just didn't. I didn't get that. Like I was happy, but I'm really happy this time around. I'm just like, man, it almost felt like they got that monkey off their backs.
Yeah. It was a really. I guess every World Series has to be special, but it was really special to have them win. I mean, the 2021, I guess, did not feel like a real one. This one was real.
Yeah, 2020, COVID.
2020. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, obviously, no fans in the stands, short season. Everybody calls it the Mickey Mouse. We've talked about this, many
Yeah.
times. But yeah, this one, I mean, and even it's like the way it started, going up against the Padres, who like
Yeah.
were just hot, man.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the journey. This was a journey. This
Yeah.
started in San Diego. That San Diego series I thought was the toughest from the
Okay.
whole the three teams they faced. I
Yeah.
think San Diego was the toughest test out of all of them.
Yeah. I agree with you 100%. And just given the fact that like they the Padres kind of were owning us,
Yeah.
in the postseason, these last couple of years. So um, it was like, oh man, like, and it's almost like it's your little brother, who's
Yeah.
like gotten a little bigger, a little stronger, and he could push you around a little more, but yeah, it was that series. I was like, oh man, that's tough. And honestly, I was like, you know what? Let's get past this first this first round, you know. But
and, and I think
go
that
ahead.
was the only series that went to elimination game.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. Because the series after that against the Mets, it wasn't. It was competitive, but it wasn't as competitive as that first round. And then obviously against the Yankees, man, they just laid that egg, and
Yeah.
just never. but let's give credit where credit's due. The Dodgers came to play.
Right.
And they I think, and you've heard this probably from other people, but that Freddie Freeman grand slam that on game one,
Right.
I think that was just soul crushing, because
Yeah.
you come to LA,
Yeah.
you have us against the ropes, and then it's like Rocky Balboa, just like that
Yeah.
that last punch, and it's like boom,
Well, let's go back to San Diego real quick. So
yeah, yeah.
we get to a really competitive series. We face elimination.
Yeah.
We survive that. We make it out. Who do you think were the stars or like the names kind of that San Diego series? Who do you think were the big Dodger names coming out of that series?
Oh, I mean, definitely Kike,
You get
he
right.
he he turned into Mr. October, with
Yeah.
those home runs, and just hitting the ball, and Mookie Betts,
Mookie Betts.
they got off that slump of not hitting in the postseason, him and
Right.
Freeman. So, but yeah, no, I mean, definitely, I think Kike, and our pitching, was solid. I think it was it
Right.
was it was solid, but that was always our Achilles heel. That I felt was like,
Yeah.
our pitch is not there. It's gonna be tough.
That was a tough one. And then they make it. We go to the Mets. How'd you feel about that series?
I'll be honest with you. I feel like the Met series is like, I'm like, did we even play them? Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
played them. I'm like, I went from like emotions of like, damn, I hate the Padres. I hope we
Mhm.
win. We won, and then it's like in my head, it's almost like, oh, it's the Yankees. We're in the World Series. Yay!
Uh, well, check it out. Like game
Yeah.
one, the Dodgers won 9-0 for that first game, and that kind of
Hmm.
set the tone for that series. Like
Yeah.
we beat them. We dominated that game, and then New York took that second game, and you're like, all right, it's split 1-1.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then that's kind of like, all right, it's gonna be a little bit tit for tat.
Yeah, but ultimately um I felt like momentum carried us through that series.
Yeah. So then game 3, Dodgers come back, take game 3 8-0.
Mm-hmm.
And that's good because like you want to win one game, at their stadium.
Yeah.
So you take one, you got that in there, and then they win game 4.
Yeah, I mean, just momentum carried you. Your bats are hot, pitching's on point. And like you said, we lost one here at home, but we got it back over there. So
Right. So then they drop game 5, but then they take the game 6, and then again avoid that elimination game because that's the most nerve-wracking one, I think. And then so we get past the Mets, not too difficult, doesn't get your. It didn't feel like that Padre series where you're like, we might go home early.
Yeah.
We was more confidence in that one. And then we start against the Yankees, and going to what you were talking about to bring it back to that point, that Freddie Freeman home run, the grand slam. I felt like that kind of set the tone for the series.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, most definitely. I mean, honestly, I don't know the exact numbers, but I think that was one of the most watched, like or up there, as far as viewership, like game ones in the World Series. And it felt like a movie, man.
Yeah.
Like the whole series felt like a movie. But yeah, I mean that game was awesome. Like I watched it from beginning to end, and I was just like, man, like your emotions just like
Yeah.
your squad's there. You're like, come on, you got to win.
Right.
So
It was so dramatic a finish. It was just like you said, like a movie. It was just dramatic. It was the walk-off grand slam,
yeah,
and it was a different feel versus the other two teams, especially San Diego, where it was kind of a gritty kind of environment, gritty playoff games, and then you get to that moment, and you're like, oh, the Dodgers have the magic. They got the magic.
yeah, that's what it is, right? I mean, yeah, you could kind of feel it in the, I don't know what it is, but yeah, you get that feeling of like, oh man, this is gonna be all, it's gonna be a good
win.
series. Yeah,
You said that they have that magic with them. It was the echo of like Kirk Gibson. Freddie Freeman has an injured ankle too.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing's starting to play out, and then at some point, I forgot which game. Fernando Valenzuela dies, and then you're like, "Oh, we got to do it for Fernando now."
Yeah,
he was on that World Series team. We got to, Dodgers got to do it for him. We got to win it, and it was just like all these things like starting to add up as a storyline. Where it's like the Dodgers can't lose now.
Yeah. So the series started on Friday. That Tuesday before the series started was when Fernando had passed away. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was the baseball gods, the stars aligning, but yeah. So yeah, you're right. We win game 1, dramatic fashion. Play the next day again, and you're still riding that high. You're like, oh man, what a great game.
Yeah.
And we win the game 2.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, they took care of home. Go back to New York. Let's see what happens. Because New York they're still a team. I mean, they're not a bunch of I mean, they kind of play like clowns, but they're professionals.
Right. Like, they made it to the World Series, so they made it. They're there for a reason. It's not a fluke that you get in there. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But I don't know what happened to them. I mean,
so my thinking was, I hope they get one game. They go to New York, pick up one game, and then we can finish it here.
Yeah.
And then they just won. They won the first game over there.
Yeah, and you're like, whoa, 3-1?
Yeah.
Or sorry, you're up 3-0? Like,
yeah, you're up 3-0. You're like, wow, they might sweep this.
yeah. But I mean, it's.
What do you think about that loss? That game that they lost, that game 4?
Hey man, I'll be honest with you. I think that Vegas, all these people who are in cahoots with each other, big money. It's it's a World Series, so they got a direct, you're generating a ton of money. So I'm sure somebody was like, "Hey guys, like, let New York win one," you know?
Yeah. It kind of looked like to me they took the foot off the pedal. Like they weren't trying to win as bad as they. I mean, they did kind of like make New York nervous a little bit during the game there. I think
A
they
little
scored
bit,
maybe 4 runs. They almost made it, but New York just like
yeah,
took off of that.
yeah. We got routed, you know. So
Yeah.
I mean, but and to our point or to my point, it's like that didn't seem right. You know, I was like,
Yeah.
okay, you know, it's been pretty much the Yankees can't score at all. You know, they can't even hit the
Right.
ball. You know, so but
That
hey, it is what it is.
that game made me nervous because I was I was like, you can't let these guys start hitting because they're gonna get confidence again. They're gonna start thinking they can win this. You're just we went 3-0. You kind of were crushing the spirit there. You could see it in their face. They're a little defeated.
Yeah.
And then they start coming back. They win that game. They're starting to get more confidence. Even though no team has ever won after going down 3-0. After that, I was pretty confident. I was like, well, it's hard to win. You can't really win a series after you go 3-0. You get dominated 3 games, and then you got to beat that team for 4 straight games. I mean, that's gonna be tough, almost impossible.
Yeah.
But you don't want to take chances. You know what I mean? To let them back into that series, give them the confidence to go down and like, I think they won 10-4, something like that.
Yeah.
And then so I think they carried that momentum into Game 5
Hmm.
until they fell apart.
That fifth inning, right?
That 5th inning, yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, it honestly it looked like a bloopers reel, you know, like
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh
like
man.
like guys just can't catch, guys can't
Oh,
throw, guys forget how to get an out, you know,
oh yeah, yeah.
and it's I mean the thing was too that their pitcher was on fire, you know, that guy came to play, you know, that guy said that morning he was like, hey, you know what, I, I, I'm here to ball, you know,
Wow.
so yeah, I mean he definitely he
He
was
should have
there to
hustled a little bit more. He should have got his ass down to that first base.
he should have covered first
He
base,
should have
yeah,
covered first base. And
yeah.
then why do you think he was pointing? He was like, was he saying
I,
like, "Oh, I should have been there," or like, "You should have got"?
no, yeah, I think he was telling his first baseman like, "Hey, run to the base," you
You
know.
should have. You should. Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
that's tough when you start pointing
yeah,
fingers at your teammate for like something
yeah,
like
yeah, definitely. I mean, tough cookies, you know.
that. Yeah.
But I mean, I'm sure like they've been playing this game for decades. You know, I'm sure
Oh
they
yeah.
know what the drill is. Like, hey, if it's going down first baseline, I'm gonna go cover first. You know, so I don't know where the miscommunication happened there, but it looked bad,
Yeah.
and obviously the result was terrible. You know.
Well, it looked. He started to run, and then he just stopped midway. And then I guess he thought he was gonna chase him down, but I mean, that. Why would you? That was a bad call, I guess. A bad assumption on his part.
To me, it looked like he thought like, oh, you're really close to
You're
first
close.
base. Yeah,
Yeah.
like you should get there, but
Yeah.
he didn't. And like Mookie was just flying down that
He was
first
flying down.
base line. Yeah, so it's like, dude didn't give up on the play. Hey, you can't
Yeah.
blame him.
I th-
So
he probably could have got him out if he had got the ball and started running, but
yeah,
he got the ball and looked to throw it, and then that moment of hesitation, we're like, oh, he's not at the, he's not running, he's not over there.
yeah,
Let
no,
me,
definitely.
I gotta too late now.
Yeah, I mean, we forget that like, and I think we might have talked about this, but like to us, like the general viewer, like it looks like come on, dude, like hustle up, but
Oh yeah,
it,
yeah,
it's a pretty fast. It happens. Things
it's
happen so
fast.
quickly. Yeah, that
It's very fast.
that it's like no, dude. Like it takes. It would have taken them, a little more than just
Yeah,
it's like oh, just run there. Like no, dude. Like you gotta hustle. You know.
yeah. You can't hesitate. Like a little stutter in your movement,
Yeah.
and the guy's safe.
Oh
Like that's how
yeah.
fast these guys are running.
Yeah, dude, for sure. But I mean, look at this. When I think it was the Giancarlo who was in third base, and like
Well, yeah,
the
the
guy,
throw.
yeah, the throw
Yeah,
from De Oscar, he,
yeah.
he threw it from, but this guy just can't run, so it's like you
Yeah.
could tell he's just like he's hustling, but he's
Oh, you're talking about when they got him out at home.
and they got him out at home.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I mean, it's like
that was a good throw.
they're hustling, but man, yeah, like
Yeah,
in a matter of a second, that ball's just right there, you know.
yeah,
So
it goes fast. Both sides. Like it's a slow game until it pops off.
yeah,
Then it's like you better be moving.
like bullets everywhere, dude.
Yeah, don't hesitate,
Yeah.
man.
Were you did you watch all the games?
I watched all the games. I did miss the first because he started at 5, so I didn't get home till maybe around
Yeah.
close to 7. I missed the first couple innings.
Okay.
I actually missed the first from the last game. I realized now that I started watching after Judge missed that catch.
Okay.
And then because I didn't see that live. I saw it afterwards when I rewatched it. But after that play, I realized that's when I joined it into the game to watch.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you two did probably the best
The best time, yeah.
Yeah, because they our starting pitcher that for game 5 was, man, he got rocked, you know.
Yeah.
And you start thinking, at least I was like, man, here we go. Like our pitch is just, but you know what? Dave Roberts I'm glad he pulled him, because it's like, hey, your guy's struggling, just get him out, you know, like let's see what somebody else could do, you know. And I think that's the dude only pitched like 2 innings or something like that, or an inning and a half. So, but I mean, the damage was done, you know, they had scored 5, you know, so it's like, and that early, it's like, oh man, it's going to be an uphill battle for the Dodgers, you know. But then the 5th inning came, and it's like, oh yeah.
That was the roughest probably inning for the Yankees. I think Kike started off, and I think he went. The batting lineup went all the way around, and he's batted again.
He went again, yeah, yeah, dude. I mean, what are your thoughts on Ohtani? You know, he was really quiet, you know, for the World Series.
I can't remember which was it. The second game where he slid, he tried to steal second, and he got thrown out.
Yeah,
I wonder how much that played a role in him not being very productive. But you're right, he didn't do really anything. I saw a meme that said like he's like the first Asian to be carried on a group project. That was pretty
damn.
So he didn't do much in the World Series. But he did play a big role in the other 2 series, I feel. And also when he came up at bat, he was enough of a threat. You know what I mean? Like that. I think he made the other team a little nervous. So like you saw him up there, you're like, all right, he might do something here. Especially when the people were on bases, which is when he was hitting really well.
Yeah, that was the thing. The whole like all the games that he wasn't like getting. He was driving runs in. You know, that's where he was getting his hits. But when nobody was on base, he was just whiffing. You know.
Yeah.
And but yeah, for the World Series, I mean, like you said, I think he's a big enough threat that you know, they were just like, oh, okay, we still got to respect the guy, you know, because he could crush it out of here, you know. So yeah, dude, I mean, he was fairly quiet, but I mean, but talk about like a full like world of events for him. He was with the Angels last season.
Oh yeah.
You know, and just going nowhere, and now he's a world champion. Yeah, man. So that's pretty awesome. I mean,
I was frustrated that he tried to steal that second base. I'm like, why are you trying to do that?
I feel like it's just in his nature, you know, because I mean he steals so much, you know.
Yeah, and he wasn't gonna make it. Like even if it didn't hurt his shoulder, he would have been out. Like they caught him good. They timed him good.
Yeah, and initially, you know, when I saw the play, I was like what happened? Like, what did he? And I think it's just the way an awkward, you know, from him.
When he slid, he like stretched out his arm.
Yeah,
and he took that impact like straight on his arm. I don't know if that's his sliding technique. I gotta watch more videos of him stealing bases, but that seems like an odd way to start coming down on that arm. That's weird.
You know, sometimes I feel like the dirt might be a little bit harder. You know, not as soft to you know, break it with your cleats or maybe with your hands. But
right.
I mean, it's still one of his. I mean, the guy does it so much that it was almost like, what what really happened, you know. But
Yeah.
then he was on that sling, so yeah, I mean, I'm sure that affected maybe his hitting mechanics.
I like when they slide and they raise their arms, you know. They're trying to like disrupt the double play or something.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
like on a ride.
yeah, yeah. That's their like little celebration that they got, you know.
uh, man. But yeah, that was yeah, he had that batting interference call. So even he got on base on that fifth inning.
Yeah, that's right. Because the catcher stuck out his glove a little
Yeah.
too far forward. So, and it's crazy because I mean, you gotta love, you know, cameras everywhere and HD everywhere
Oh
because
yeah, yeah.
like it when it happened in real time, I didn't see it, you
Yeah.
know, and it was, but you know, obviously the umpire like called it like right
Right
away.
away he saw it, yeah.
Yeah, so there's, you know, he probably heard. I'm sure there was a sound to it too,
A little
you know.
sound. Yeah, because
Yeah,
the ump was right on it. And I saw the replays. I'm like, what are they calling? I don't see anything.
yeah,
And there was one or two angles where you could see it hit. You could
yeah,
see it hit the glove.
yeah. The glove just kind of like flutters a little bit, right? And you're like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, it's there.
And you
Yeah.
can see how Ty kind of go like, oh, all right, I'll take it. I'll get on base. I'll take it. That's good.
I mean, why not, right?
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts on the Yankee fan base? You know, they were talking a lot of crap,
They
you know,
talked a lot of
and
crap. Yeah, a lot of smack. I mean, that's par for the course, I think, with New York. That's they're New Yorkers. They got to do that.
yeah,
Um, and I'm I wonder if we would have done the same. I don't. Do you think that we would have been talking trash about? I feel like we don't really talk
yeah.
trash.
I think we're pretty, you know,
Do we talk?
they always say like, oh, East Coast is fast paced, you know, all
Yeah,
business, and West Coast is chill, relaxed.
yeah.
And I kind of get that from our fan base. I mean, we do talk crap, but it's almost like to a certain point, and then we're like, ah, okay, whatever.
The only ones that I feel that with is the San Francisco Giants. Other than that, I don't feel like other teams really like trigger our fan base. We're not really too
Mm,
about it. Um, like Dodgers fan base are. If you're at the stadium, you got to be careful. That's
yeah, yeah,
about it.
yeah, yeah. I know, right?
That's what I would say. You would be in trouble. Like you might get, beaten up or something like that. But other than that, I don't feel like we go out of our way to like talk smack about other fan bases. We're very
Yeah,
classy,
yeah, definitely. Very demure.
Yeah.
But
Not like those Yankee fans.
yeah, man. I mean, those dudes are going through it, you know,
Yeah.
like they they had a good postseason as well, you know, and but yeah, I mean, they just, and you know the thing too, before like even the series started was like, it was like, okay, we got New York, we got LA,
You know,
the battle of the coast, you
that
know.
was beautiful. Yeah, I love that. With
Yeah,
that lined up. Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, and just the way it like, I don't know, like I feel like they really hyped it up. The MLB really hyped it up, and to our benefit, it delivered. You know, the Dodgers
Yeah.
delivered. So yeah, it
I,
was fun
I
to watch.
wonder I'm curious to see what the ratings will be at the end for that series because I mean it wasn't very dramatic, like you didn't get a game 7 or anything like that,
Yeah,
but it was the two big media markets going
yeah,
at it. So
yeah,
I wonder what the numbers were. And you had stars, you had Judge, you know, uh Otani, of course, and Mookie Betts, who like really came alive in that series. And I was curious if they were going to move him up to that opening spot, but
mm.
they still kept Otani there, but which makes sense. I guess that was working for them.
Yeah. No, I mean he was designated hitter, so he had to be there. But
Yeah,
I mean, we got to give props to Freddie Freeman. You know, the
yeah.
guy like
Oh yeah, how could I
he
forget?
hit he hit home run like every game. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
so it's like, damn, the dude was just on one. He was on a
yeah,
sick one.
yeah.
So you know, that props to him, man.
Yeah, how could I even forget Freddie Freeman? Like he was of all the stars, he's the MVP. He took the MVP.
MVP, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we kind of forgot about him, you know.
You forgot.
Not a
I
big
mean,
thing,
well, you
you
got
know.
Mookie and Otani,
Yeah,
but Freeman took that number one spot that series.
yeah, man.
that walk-off home run, a home
Yeah.
run in every. Yeah, I think every game he hit a home run, right?
Yeah, the first 4 games,
Wow.
he hit a home run, and it's like, and then he had two more from his when he was in with the Braves.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
So
hit
he
a
has
home
like
run then
five
six.
straight World Series games or something like that. They said or 6 games. That's
Six
crazy.
games, yeah, yeah, man. I mean, unreal. Like who does that? You know?
He's his season, his World Series is like what you dream of as a kid. Like you're fantasizing like what you're doing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? As a
yeah,
player, you know how you like you're playing basketball, you'll be like 3, 2, 1. You like
yeah,
look for like the championship letter in
yeah.
your head. Like that's the stuff he was doing, man.
Oh yeah, dude, for sure.
That's
And I mean,
crazy.
he said it himself that he's
Yeah.
just like that. That's what you do as a kid. You know, you did it
Yeah.
as a professional.
Yeah, and he seems like a really, really decent guy. That's also really impressive. That he's not
Yeah.
some, some diva or something.
Hmm.
He has like all these things that he does for his mom who passed away
Mm.
when he was a kid,
Yeah.
and then, and I think like when after he hit that grand slam, he like went to his father, and
Yeah.
he seems like a grounded guy.
Oh yeah, definitely. I read up a couple some articles on him, and yeah, he outstanding gentleman. You know,
Yeah,
so I'm glad he's in our team, and
yeah.
you
He's
know,
not out there gambling and having interpreters take the fall from him.
hey bro, we don't talk
Well,
about that. Oh
forget
yeah,
about that.
yeah,
Forget
no,
about
no, you could edit that out, right?
that.
Yeah. Hey, so today was the parade. Did you catch it on TV
No,
or?
I missed it. You watched it
I watched a little bit of it.
a little
Yeah.
bit. What'd you think?
Oh man, like just massive amounts of people. You know.
Really?
Yeah. Um, I mean, which makes sense. You know,
Yeah.
we didn't have the 2020 COVID,
Right.
and the last one that was out here was in '88. You know, and but yeah, man. I mean, it looked like a really good time. Just couldn't make it out there. It's a
Yeah.
little it's a drive for me. So
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of sad that after that win, a lot of, I mean, it's part of what happens. A certain segment of the fans are going to go out there and destroy part of the city. It's just
yeah,
what it is.
yeah,
Uh, I get it, but it's sad that like we saw that video of that gentleman, you basically blowing his hand out sky
oh
high.
man,
So it's like that's not. I mean, you're gonna remember that World Series as the day you lost your hand. That's
yeah,
wild.
yeah, man. I mean, poor kid. You know, looks like a young man. But I mean, hey, you know you it's ex- I don't know if the guy was drinking or if he was doing anything else, but man, you just got to be careful when you're handling fireworks and things like
Yeah,
that. You know, it's like you'll end up fingerless. You know.
yeah. Let
So,
your let your other drug buddy do it. Let him.
yeah, man. But Wild Night, yeah, definitely after they won.
They
I
burn like a MTA bus, I think.
Yeah, just fireworks everywhere, you know,
Fireworks.
and just massive amounts of people.
Yeah, I mean it was like no other, almost like every other night in LA, but just a little bit more, more fires, maybe.
Just a little bit more, you know. But yeah, I mean, I'll tell you this, you know, a mid 20s DG would have definitely partaked in all those activities, you know,
Yeah.
and but I'm just glad we grew up in an era where there's no camera. There wasn't, you know, cameras on our phones or anything
Oh
like that. So
yeah,
you know, so nobody really records anything.
yeah. And there was a Dodgers drought of wins during our
Yeah,
our 20s there.
yeah, dude. Yeah, there was nothing. Well, I do remember going to the Laker parade. That was pretty
Oh yeah.
awesome. Yeah, yeah, I like that one. It
Did
was at the
yeah, they destroyed part of the city then too, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think the 2001 was where it just like it was chaos down in by Staples. Like they
Yeah.
were just burning everything, looting everything. You know,
Uh,
so I think definitely LAPD was like, yeah, yeah, we're gonna be ready for you guys.
we're ready. Oh yeah, I think I saw a Nike store getting looted.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
That
the
was
one right there in downtown LA.
man. Yeah, I wonder how they pick what section is going to get looted. They probably like more high tech. These kids nowadays, they're probably like texting each other or on Instagram. This is the part of the city we're destroying today.
You know, I think it's just a mob mentality. You know, like
Yeah.
you see somebody crushing, breaking something, a bunch of other dudes just going do the same
Yeah.
thing. You know, but yeah, I mean, for the most part, like from what I saw, like it looked like LAPD was pretty much on it, and things were.
Yeah.
It was chaotic, but it was festive. But it looked like it didn't get it too much out of hand.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a part of the fans. Most fans I've seen, just going out in the city, everybody's got their Dodger gear on. Everybody's like recognizing other people with their gear on and celebrating
Yeah,
the win. It's a great win for the city.
yeah.
Tremendous.
Oh, totally, dude. Yeah. Are you gonna get yourself some championship gear?
Yeah, I gotta get myself some, and I gotta get my daughter some. I think this is a good time to get her into being a Dodger fan. She's not too interested until they won. They're celebrating. You get to celebrate with you. And now I think
Yeah,
it's the proper time for
it's time.
indoctrination.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
It's, yeah.
You gotta baptize her into the Dodger Nation, right?
Oh yeah.
I
You don't
saw
want to
this.
growing up to be a Giants fan like our buddy. He lives in LA, but he hates all the LA teams.
I know, right?
Yeah,
But
we'll have him on. He's got to come on at some point.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I saw this video where this dad was talking to his kids, and he asked like a little one. He's all like, "Oh, who's your favorite Dodger?" And he's all like, "Kobe Bryant." He's all like,
Oh,
he's all like,
man.
who's your second favorite Dodger player? He's all like, Otani. I'm like, the dude's been here for a minute,
Yeah,
but
Kobe's still dominating, man. Kobe still owns the city.
dude, he really does, right? Yeah, man.
Oh boy.
Speaking of,
Are you getting your World Series gear?
oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I think
What are you gonna get? A hat?
get a hat.
Jersey?
Definitely. I don't know about the jersey, dude. I'll wear a shirt,
No.
So I think I'll go to they have actually, you know what? I didn't even realize that they have an what is this thing called, like a Dodger, where they sell official merchandise basically.
Oh. You mean Top Deck at the Dodger Stadium?
Yeah, but it has a specific name. It's called something like I can't even think of it. But they have one out here at one of the malls out here. So I was like, I wanted to go check it out. But from what I saw on my Instagram feed, it was saying that it's like lines just for hours. Just because everybody's buying the gear right now. So
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I'll wait like mid next week or something to stop by and get some gear.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I have my old starter. That's not even a starter. It's a different. I forgot which brand it is, but old vintage Dodger jacket, and I try to like see if it fit. I'm like, man, I got really fat. This thing's not gonna fit.
Hey, bro, it's just snuggly,
Just ugly, yeah.
Oh man, yeah. I think I have the same one, but I won't even put it on, bro.
Yeah. Oh man, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I think I saw you with it. Then and I'm like, oh, I got to get one of these. That was like 15 years ago.
Dude, I know, right?
Or 10 years ago, however long it was.
I think it's in the 15s, bro.
Oh man.
It's been a minute. Yeah.
Yep. Oh man. Well, we're champions.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. You want to move on to a different topic, or you got anything else we didn't cover?
Man, I mean, I'm just happy, dude. I'm beyond happy. It's like, oh, thank God.
To the New York fans, yeah, there's really nothing I can say to them, but it's gonna make you feel better about that one. That was a brutal loss. You lost. You basically won a pity game.
Yeah.
But I'll say you have a tremendous city. I love New York. I remember you and I. We've been there. We went there.
Yes, sir. Yep.
What a city! I love that city. To be honest with you, after that trip.
Yeah, man. I mean, it really is the city that the way that's.
You're gonna that never sleeps.
Yeah, I'm like no, they sleep. Yeah, but no, it's a nice city. Obviously they're known for many things, but but not for baseball.
Not for not for winning World. Well, I guess technically they do have more titles than us.
I was just gonna say, I'm like they do have more, but not this one.
Not recently. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not this year.
So suck it, New York.
Yeah. And of course, that's where the Dodgers came from Brooklyn.
Oh man, yeah, you're right.
I always wanted one of those Dodger hats with the B. You ever seen those?
Oh yeah. I know. I for I think the first time I saw that hat, I was like, Boston in blue.
Boston?
I was like, what's wrong with
Bruins?
you?
Yeah.
But yeah, I was a little confused by that. But
yeah. If you ever want to see a good documentary on baseball, the Ken Burns documentary is really. I mean, it's like 14 hours long, but it's a great documentary.
Okay.
And it talks about that, about the the Dodgers moving from Brooklyn and the city. They're kind of like missing the Dodgers, and then half of them were like hating the Dodgers because they left.
Yeah.
So that was pretty interesting. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we'll kind of I don't know if we talked about Fernando, but I felt like Fernando Valenzuela was that he connected the Latino community back with the Dodgers.
Oh yeah,
because the Dodgers came and they displaced a lot of these Latino families that were living in Chavez Ravine. Yeah. So I mean, obviously, it sucked. It's terrible. You get just basically they're like, hey, get out of here, like go live somewhere else. So I think there was that love hate. We have a team, but we hate them. And I think Fernando like bridged that gap. And like was like, okay, like hey, you know what, like Dodgers are cool. We're good.
Yeah.
So I think it I think he was a key player in all,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think you're 100% right in that there probably, I don't know. I have to imagine, I wasn't around at that time and I don't have any information, but I have to imagine there were some fans, Mr. Mexican fans, or Hispanic fans at that time, but it wasn't until Fernando that it really brought him in. What I mean? And then I think that's when they started getting covered in Spanish.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Because he used to be the Spanish announcer, or he was until he passed away. I can't remember. I don't know if he stopped at some point, but he's been doing it for like 20 years. He's been the announcer in Spanish. Yeah. And the famous Jaime Jarin.
Yeah.
He's been doing it. Yeah. So they've been part of Hispanic LA culture.
Yeah, no, definitely. And just a personal note, I was talking to my dad about it, after he passed away, and he was like, hey, you know what? He was key because he gave Latinos or Mexicans, like hey, we're in the big leagues too,
right.
So it almost encouraged, he encouraged other, Latinos to be like, or maybe give him that thought, like, hey, he's up there, he's playing with the big, like I could achieve something too,
right.
So he's my dad said that he was a really a focal point, and people really looked up to him.
And he was a star. He was a crossover star. He brought the Latino fan base, but I think he was beloved by everybody. I think everybody.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Tommy Lasorda would go out there with his his Valenzuela jacket, and he would I mean, Tommy Lasorda was great. He was another person I would say that kind of helped, even though he was Italian. I think helped bring the Hispanic, fan base in, because he would start speaking Spanish to them.
Yeah.
and the way that he embraced Fernando too was kind of embracing the Hispanic community, I would say, and kind of brought everybody in. Yeah.
Like I see footage of them, interacting, and you could see the love. I don't know, maybe they didn't like each other, but during those years, Tommy Lasorda and Fernando Valenzuela, they were just, it looked like two good friends, just having a good old time out there. Yeah,
man. So that'll be definitely miss. He died young. I think he was 63.
Something like yeah.
Valenzuela, I think, was 63.
Yeah, he was around that age, 60 maybe.
That's kind of unusual. 63 years old. Yeah, born in 1960.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, during that time, I mean, I must have been a kid. I was a little kid when he was pitching, but it was like around that era where he started becoming conscious of the Dodgers. That
Yeah.
I remember seeing like kids would bring these gloves, these blue Dodger gloves. I guess they would get them
Oh.
free at the stadium when they went and stuff.
Okay.
And then I remember like that's when I started seeing them, and you'd start getting collecting baseball cards around that time.
Yeah.
And then you would get like Oral Hershiser. I remember him being big. Like I used to love Oral Hershiser too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, Fernando was pitching early '80s, so we were little, and then
Yeah,
he won the World Series in '88. So I was 6 years old.
six. Yeah,
I could barely remember anything. So
yeah. I still have like hazy memories of that World Series. Like I remember them winning it. I remember like
oh,
that
nice.
happening. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then
That's
how conscious I remember them playing the Athletics. Yeah, I remember that whole series, and for whatever reason, what sticks in my mind from watching that, like,
mhm.
is one time they made a home run, and the fan grabbed the ball and threw it back onto the field.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I remember watching that as a little kid and be like, why is he throwing it back into the field? He could have kept that ball.
And
And
what a
that just got
loser.
seared into my mind. Like, why are you throwing it back into it?
Hey, man, it's the opposition's ball. Just give it back to
Yeah.
him.
Does he not know they let him keep it?
You're like, you're not gonna get charged, bro.
Yeah, you should have kept that ball. But you're right. It was the opposite team, so maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I think the thing to do if you catch an opposite team's baseball,
Yeah.
give it to a kid from that team,
Uh, I see.
like just a little gesture. That's
Yeah.
what I would do. That's what I would do.
Man, honestly, I would keep it.
Even if it was
It could be the Giants. It could be
yeah, I
the
was gonna say
Giants.
the Giants player
Yeah, I
knocking
would
that
keep
out.
it. I mean, I don't think that I would ever catch another, you know,
I mean,
baseball ever.
I don't know what the numbers are to that, but it's gotta
No.
be slim to none. Like
Yeah, like a home run ball to
so.
catch a home run ball. That's must be pretty special. I think.
Yeah, yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
I don't know. I would keep it. I'd put it in a little glass frame, and everybody that came over would be like, "That's the ball I caught."
And just make up like a random story, like
I'll change the
Babe,
team. It was a Dodgers.
that's Babe Ruth's
Babe
baseball.
Ruth. Oh man.
Yeah.
Did you as the series went on, did you listen to Saxy and I want to say Coates? Is that his name? Coates
Mm,
basically was a 570
no, just because I was watching it on TV.
on TV. No, I
Yeah.
mean in the mornings. Like in the mornings, after the game, they'd have like breakdowns.
Oh,
They would talk about it. You never
uh,
caught anything like that.
I think I caught the first one, the right after game one. I
Okay.
think I tuned in just because I was like, oh man, I want to know what people are saying, 'cause,
Yeah.
but yeah, no. Did you catch any of their
Yeah, every
broadcast?
morning, on my commute, I would listen to them,
Okay,
and they did a good job. They were pretty entertaining, and I was
okay,
surprised how is I don't know if Steve Sachs is like now like a commentator or a radio
it must be.
personality, but yeah, he did a really good job, and he would tell us stories about his playing time. Like he would be able to connect because he was in the World Series team, and I think he
Yeah,
was also on the Yankees if I remember right, but he would tell anecdotes of like when he was in the going through the World Series and playing and stuff like that, and stuff that happened. So it was pretty interesting to hear his take on that, and then also all the LA Dodger fans calling in and giving their opinion. So that was a nice part of that series for me too.
yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah.
you know what? Now that I remember, I think I did hear him talking about yeah, his after winning the championship, like how crazy, how lit he got, basically.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
So, but yeah, I guess yeah, I did see some of the footage from the players, and even today during the parade, like a couple of them just they looked, they were
oh
just
yeah, yeah,
tossed,
yeah,
they were smoked, dude,
yeah,
like
yeah. They were
so
toasted.
yeah.
Man.
Well, you figure it's like like your season is done. You're clocked out.
Yeah.
For a couple months. Like
Oh man.
might as well just drink all the Budweiser or whatever champagne they give you.
Yeah. So if you had to give a trophy, an MVP trophy, but you couldn't give it to um, Freeman, who would you give it to?
Okay, I think I want to say Mookie Betts or Max Muncy.
Max Muncy.
Sorry, no. Muncy would probably be third. Edmund.
Edmund. Okay.
Yeah. But I think Mookie would get my top pick for that.
Nice. Yeah, he was clutching those other series too. He was making some home runs. He was.
Yeah, just driving batters, runners in.
Yeah.
What about you?
I want to say Bueller.
Okay.
Bueller for just like going out there. I think like 2 games. He dominated one game.
Mm-hmm.
I think was it a shutout? I can't remember if it was a shutout or not. But he went and pitched out one game, and then he got those last 3 outs for us.
Yeah, I mean that's what they get paid for.
I was surprised that our pitching wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, or as people kind of made it out to be. I thought it was good. I mean, it was like the Yamamoto, for whatever reason, those first couple innings, people just can hit whatever he's throwing.
Yeah.
And then he seems to settle down, and then
he's
okay.
Yeah, he'll adjust, But yeah, they'll definitely get a run off of him, which kind of sucks, But
like those first, like the inning 1 or the second inning when he's pitching, you're just like, oh my goodness. After that, you're all right.
Yeah, dude. I think as far as pitching, I would give like an MVP award to our closer, Treinen.
Oh yeah, because he had it tough. Yeah.
Because man, you're just trying to close out these games, and as a closer, you only got about like, I don't know, like 10, 15 pitches in you, because you're such a specialist,
Yeah.
So yesterday when they threw him out there, I think it was the like 7th and 8th inning. I was like, what are you guys doing? But paid off.
Man, yeah, that was. He had some rough spots where you thought like, oh man, they should just pull him. But I'm talking about throughout the whole series. But then when he had to be clutch, he was clutch at that time.
Yeah. No, I think. Hey man, whatever it is, he figured it out, and he came through. But yeah, man, what a good series! What a great series!
Yeah. Again, back to back. Hot take already? Back-to-back champions.
Oh man, you're calling it right now?
I'm calling it every year.
I think it's really hard, especially in
baseball, right?
In baseball, yeah, because it's such a grueling season. And
it's not like basketball where like if you have 2 guys, you could probably repeat a couple times.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, what I am looking forward to next season is, if Ohtani starts pitching, dude.
Oh,
yeah, because I mean, the dude's a pitcher. It's just right now we just got him hitting.
Yeah.
So it'll be nice to have him, pitch. And let's see. I mean, yeah, I think for the most part, I think everybody's coming back. I don't think, especially like Freeman, Mookie Betts. I think those guys are here for like 6-10 years, or something like that, So Ohtani, but we'll see.
So transitioning, are we gonna get a Laker parade?
All right.
What's going on with the Lakers?
They're off to a great start, man, and I think it's because of our coach.
Oh,
JJ
I thought you
Redick.
Bronny.
Bro, the guy had his first 2 points like two nights ago against the Cavs. Yeah, against the Cavaliers. We lost, but yeah, dude. I mean,
do you think that if you were to play a professional game, you could score 2 points in the NBA?
Right now, no. But
At some
But
point, you get it.
when I was younger and I was
Yeah.
quicker and faster and stronger,
At
want
your
or
peak.
not,
At
at
your
my
peak.
peak,
Yeah.
when I was grabbing rim, um, I think I could have, like, if I would have had like an open shot or maybe a
Yeah.
pass break. I I think so. I think so.
Oh,
You know,
interesting.
yeah. But I get it. I'm only 6 feet. These guys are
Yeah.
like 6'6", 6'8". They would have probably just pushed me around, you know.
Yeah.
But but
I know for sure I couldn't have. I mean, when we went to play that pickup game, I had trouble scoring 2 points then.
wait, are you talking about peak you or
Oh, at my peak?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I never played basketball, so I wasn't too good at
Oh,
basketball.
okay, okay, yeah,
My
okay.
peak would have been like when I was playing basketball at 10.
You were shooting like this,
That's what I was playing every day.
or
You know what
or
I mean?
other hand.
That's when ball was life.
Bro, ball is always life,
Ball
bro.
is
Come
life.
on.
Man.
But yeah, dude, they're off to a great start. They won today. They beat the Raptors. I think they've only lost once or twice out of 7 games, I believe.
Oh,
They're off to a good start. Oh, they lost twice. They lost to the Suns and to the Cavs. So
but why do you say their coach is the reason why they're doing so good?
okay, so I've seen clips, when they're on the sideline. He
Yeah.
just seems like, and it could be his age, that he's got that. He's still relatively young, but he's got that fire. You could see him like, hey, do this, do that, and like he's actually like yelling at these guys.
Mm,
I feel previous coaches, you got LeBron, you got Anthony Davis, you got uh, Russell, and it's like big egos. You almost don't want
yeah.
to scream at them because they're just like whatever.
Yeah.
But it seems like this guy maybe they're actually listening to him or
Oh,
but yeah, and then I also saw some clips of him in during practice, and he actually, it looks like he's not playing with them, but like
yeah.
since he was a player himself, like I think he still has that like, hey, I could have made that shot, why can't you make it,
Oh,
so
interesting.
I mean,
What's his
very
name?
early. JJ Redick.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I remember us talking about him. I forgot he was the coach.
Yeah, yeah.
He was a
That,
controversial pick, if I remember.
yeah, I mean, first job,
Yeah.
first coaching job for him. So you really have nothing to base his achievements. You don't know if he's going to be good or bad, but
Yeah.
obviously, he's got good players. I think it's just managing egos, running. Oh, and I saw a couple of the plays they were running. They're not like one-on-ones, like they're actually passing the ball. It looks like a
Oh,
basketball team. They're like
yeah.
moving it around. This guy cuts over here, as opposed to like, oh, just hey, clear it
Get to
out.
LeBron.
I got yeah. So yeah, it looks they're off to a good start. Let's see how it plays out very early in the season, but yeah, the games are fun. They're looking a little bit more fun to watch as opposed to like, well, we might win today. What do you have you watched any games?
No, I haven't been able to catch
Oh,
any games.
baseball, huh?
Yeah, I've been distracted with baseball. Even my fantasy team, I haven't really been focused too much on it.
Whoa, bro.
I have to get back on it. That's why I lost, I think. No, but
Whoa.
last season, I played our good old corporal, and he's on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
he's tough.
Well, you guys are like we were talking. You guys, there's me at the top.
Oh,
And
I
then
play you
there's,
this week too.
oh,
I
we
saw your
do.
taunts. Yeah, I saw your taunting me with your touchdown here.
Oh, yeah. Wait, really?
Yeah,
I
remember we're talking the
yeah,
the ESPN apps, and now it lets you like taunt your opponent.
yeah. That's right. I did do that. Yeah, yeah. I'm glad you saw it. Did it make you feel a certain type of way?
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm that bastard. I gotta get him back. It's personal now. It was business before, but now I'm
You're
out for
we're out.
blood.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, so that middle of the pack right now. It's like you guys are 4-4, and and then it's the last three that are just well, it's two, and then the last one who's just stinking it up. You know,
Yeah.
Mister, I can't win a game.
We have
So
we have a guy who's 0-8? 0-8. Yeah,
yeah.
he's 0-8. 7 games back. He can well, I can't I don't think he can come back. That's tough. What happens if he never wins a game the whole season? I don't think that's ever happened.
I don't think it's ever happened, but
He's got to win at least one, I guess, at some point.
I mean, you don't want to be that first guy who doesn't win a game. You
He
know, like
breaks the record for not winning a game.
yeah, we should give him a ribbon or something. You know, oh, that would be good. We give him a ribbon, like a multicolored ribbon. Yeah. And it says, "Hey, at least you tried."
Or did you? Did you even try? Oh, I'm in second currently.
Yeah, man. It's you and Walter, I believe.
Me and Chivo.
Oh, Chivo. Okay.
Our San Francisco treat. Man.
Yeah.
So you're in first place.
Yes, sir.
Man, so it's me and you this week. It's time for me to. No,
you turn.
I think if I win, you're still in first place. Never mind that.
I've gained enough wins to just lose a couple and still like be in first place.
Looks like I'm two games back, so you got 2 games ahead of me.
Yeah, but yeah, man. My fantasy team has been it's. I lost really good players in the beginning.
Yeah.
And I just happen to have really good backups that they've just kind of been carrying me through the season. But yeah, man, there's been a lot of injuries in this season so far, you know, from big players too, you know. So,
yeah, I lost Evans. That's kind of hurt.
Yeah, man. And you know, like Kansas City lost Pacheco, their wide receivers, you know. I don't know if the guy from San Francisco was ever McCaffrey. I don't know if he's ever coming back. I think they said maybe in November this month, but who knows, dude? I mean, these guys just keep on getting injured all the time, you know.
So, yeah, they're not lasting like they used to.
Dude,
I mean, that's kind of the story, I guess. Every
Yeah.
year we play fantasy, we always lose a whole bunch of players for injuries, and then you got to pivot, and that's the hardest part, knowing when to pivot, who to pivot to.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you could be like the big boss mailman who's like it's 12:01 our time, you know, and the waiver wire is just like ding 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 because he's just swapping everybody out.
Oh man, no, he's keeping that waiver wire hot.
Yeah, dude. Like I'll see it in the morning because I have like the alerts, and it's like, oh, I know who's making those moves.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't think I've gone on the waiver wire. I usually stream defenses, so I think maybe that's the only time.
Yeah, I gotta hit the waiver wire this weekend just because I might have too many players on bye, so I have to drop some people and get some people on board. Or I just lose and I'll still be on top.
And just keep the players.
Yeah. I've done that before, dude.
Yeah, that's a tough call.
Yeah. Because I'm like, damn, do I really want to drop this guy?
Yeah, my team's good. It's just sometimes they don't produce. It's just a week where they just don't produce. So that's about it.
I know. I also feel that that's happened to me a lot this year, because like I'll check like my opponent's record, and it's like, oh man, they're hot. They're like scoring 120, and then it's like, oh man, they scored 80 against me, and it's like, oh, I'm like, oh man, I got lucky, and I only scored like 90,
Yeah, I like if I can get to 115, 111 around there, I feel pretty good. Like I have a good shot at getting that W. If I get 100, okay, still pretty good. If I'm under 100, it's like, oh, it can go anyway.
Yeah, no, dude. Tough season.
Because sometimes you might get you might do like 140 points, but then that week you just happen to play the guy who gets 160 points.
Yeah, dude. And I like that about fantasy football too, because it's like, you never know.
You could have an off week and still win.
Yeah,
a bad
for
week. Yeah,
sure. Yeah, man.
you might play our buddy Owen 7, our buddy Owen, and you still get away with it.
Dude, he's so bad.
I don't know how he does it.
He doesn't care, bro. He doesn't care.
He
Okay.
works at it. I think he works at being bad. I had
And he's just like, oh, as long as my teams win and his teams
yeah.
lose too.
I've been on some leagues where I forget to set the lineup and I still win the game. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, oh, I won.
Oh man, yeah.
Oh.
But are you have you tuned into so now that baseball Dodgers is over, are you focusing back to football now or
Yeah, I think I'm
are you
gonna come back to full. Like for a
yeah
split second there, I forgot all about football. I wasn't watching football, just the Dodgers.
okay yeah
And
because
now,
I mean the NBA's just a couple weeks in
yeah,
NHL as well
NHL.
uh and yeah I mean that those couple weeks where it was just like nonstop sports all the time. It's slowly, now that baseball's done, it's
Yeah,
dwindling down, but yeah, I mean, definitely it's going to be peak NBA season. I think. I feel like they always take over like Christmas time. You know,
mm.
like Thanksgiving is NFL.
Yes,
Christmas
that's right.
time. Christmas
Yeah,
time is like the NBA on Channel 7 or whatever.
NBA time. Yeah,
Yeah. So
and then the finals are around February.
around there. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that
And
should be good.
then the Super Bowl's around that
Oh
time too, I
yeah,
believe. Yeah,
yeah,
so I mean,
February. Okay.
yeah. But yeah, dude. Have you tuned into any is college football on your radar at all?
No, I haven't tuned in. I just kind of casually checked in on that score. I think it was last week where USC. I think it was just interesting to me because I think I forgot how they put it, but basically it was like 5 teams or 4 or 5 teams, LA teams had
Yeah,
won and stuff. Yeah,
dude, it was like the best weekend
yeah.
in LA
At LA
because
Sports.
Thursday night the Rams played, they won,
Mm,
and then that Friday was World Series, Dodgers won that, and then right after that game was the USC game,
yeah,
and they won. And but yeah, it was just like LA just didn't lose that. They were winning.
they were winning, couldn't lose.
They couldn't lose, dude.
Man,
Yeah, it was a fun weekend for sure.
yeah. All right, let's wrap this baby
Yes,
up.
sir. Yes, sir.
You got any hot takes you want to deliver before we head out?
Hot take, just I'm gonna shock the world and beat you with only 8 players because I don't think
Oh,
I don't think I'm gonna drop any of my
better
of my
not drop one. I'm gonna be watching that waiver wire. I'm gonna snatch them
yeah,
just
you're
to
gonna pick
mess with
them
you.
up.
Not
But
because I want them or need them, just because you can't have
out of spite, huh? But you know what? I'll join you on my second hot take. I'll join you
Yeah.
with the Dodgers repeating, bro.
Ooh,
I'll put my chips in. Boom. There you
nice.
go. Yes, sir.
Why not? Who's gonna stop us?
Yeah.
That was a good run. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we
What
gonna
about
get,
you?
are we gonna get to a Dodger game? What do you think?
Yeah, man, for sure.
Probably those tickets are probably gonna be
Yeah, that's
very
the thing.
pricey now.
That's the thing. Like yeah, prices are never. If you recall, prices when we were going were about like $10, 15
Yeah.
bucks.
Yeah.
Never again.
Yeah. That's how much the beer is now.
You wish, dude. They're like 20
Like 20
bucks.
bucks for oh man.
But yeah, what was that your hot take that we're just gonna run it back?
Yeah, I don't think I have a hot take except
Okay.
me beating you this weekend.
Mish. May the football gods not hear that.
Or punish me for my hubris. No. Unless they like it, then all right. Let them hear it.
Yes, sir.
Man. But whoa, before we sign off, what did you think of Clayton Kershaw next year? Do you think he comes back?
Oh yeah, dude. I
Yeah.
mean, the dude did nothing, but it's like that buddy who just hangs around.
Yeah.
He's just there. He's a cool dude. He he's put in the work, and
Yeah. I've
so
gone to a game just to see him pitch. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
it was like Clayton Kershaw pitch. This was a couple years ago, but
Mhm.
I was like, I got to go see this guy live before he
Yeah.
stops playing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I think we've gotten together, and I think we were the only ones who were like watching the game because we're like, yeah, this is
Oh yeah.
Kershaw. This is Kershaw. Like he's gonna be a Hall of Famer.
Oh yeah.
And
Definitely.
but yeah, I mean, I don't know if you saw pictures of him like at the World when they won the
Oh
championship,
man.
and without his shirt, it's like
Yeah.
dad bod
Uh,
a lo máximo.
you know, for a split second, I thought was I on the field? Did I black out? What was happening? It looked like me at one of your pool parties. I was just with the hat going like
Hey,
this,
bro.
the dad bod.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's like, he's comfortable in his own body,
Yeah.
in his own skin. He might throw a couple pitches here and there, but I mean, they'll just keep him around.
All right.
He's a Dodger for life.
All right. Sign us off, DG. Get the final line.
All right.
What do you got to tell the people?
Well, people, be safe out there. Take care of one another, and we'll catch you at the next one.
All right. Peace.
Later.